So today I watched The Others, which is a 2001 mystery thriller that stars Nicole Kidman. And I've always wanted to see this movie, and I'm honestly ashamed that I have not seen this until now because, oh my god, like this is gonna be a full spoiler thing. I'm not gonna keep it spoiler free because I have to talk about the ending. But I'll get to that as I go along. I don't want to spoil it at the beginning, but this, God, I can't believe it took me this long to see this because this was incredible. Um, the first and biggest thing I will give this movie is Nicole Kidman's performance. She is truly incredible in this movie. Like, this is like one of her best performances I think I've seen of hers. And I haven't seen all her movies. I've seen a lot of them, but she is moving in this movie and really, really like just everything she does in this movie. It feels so real. You feel like this is an actual woman from 1945 living in this building where she has two photosensitive kids where they can't go into light, and these caretakers come in like to help her out who have lived there before. So she lets them come in, and then all this stuff starts happening where like there's something there, like she doesn't know what is it. There's something there. Is it ghosts? Like the kids keep saying it's ghosts. Like there's something there that is haunting them. And as the movie goes along, you feel for this character and the two kids, and you understand that this character is alone, and she has a husband who went off to the war, but it's 1945, so the war has ended. So she's wondering where he is. Like the kids are like, "Where is Dad? Like he should be here." And she's like, "I don't know, but he should come home." And I love the fact that whenever the dad appears, I love the fact that he's there and then he immediately leaves, which plays into the ending, because she finally like sees her husband come back. Like she goes into the fog, and you see the caretakers covering up these gravestones, which is kind of weird. Like I didn't even think about what the ending was before that, but she walks out, they're covering the gravestones, she doesn't see it, she finds her husband out in the fog. Her husband comes back in the house and he's not normal, and then he immediately leaves her again, and it's odd and it doesn't make any sense. And it's great though for her performance because she's really moving whenever she's screaming at him like, "Why did you leave us? Why are you leaving us now?" Like, again, like there are so many incredible scenes with Nicole Kidman in this movie, and he leaves her kind of in a weird explanation. And as it goes along, I love the fact that these kids are kind of being haunted by something, but I love the fact that this is a haunting movie and it doesn't feel like that. Like it's not, like for example, I just watched An American Haunting like a week or two ago, which was very, like it had good performances, but it was very average, dull, like possession ghost movie. Like it was very dull. And like this one, I love the fact how interesting and unique this one is, because now I'm going to get into spoilers, like the ending completely, where you realize that Grace, Nicole Kidman's character, and the kids, you realize as the ending unfolds, they do a Sixth Sense twist on us where they are dead. They've been dead the whole time, and that makes sense why the gravestones were covered by the couple people like helping them out. And I love the fact that it all plays into the twist where it makes total sense whenever you think about it. And I just didn't even think about it because these kids were photosensitive to light, and then I love the fact that whenever they realize they're dead, they go up to it and are happy that they don't burn whenever they get near like light. And I love that. And I love the fact that whenever Grace figures it out, it makes total sense to her and the audience. Like the husband left because she's not there. Like, and it showed like there's this other woman that keeps appearing, like who gets possessed, and then you realize that it's Nicole Kidman that possessed her on accident, and you realize that she sees these people at a table, which are people doing forgot what the term is, but like where like they're talking to the deceased, the spirits, and Nicole Kidman or Grace like shakes the table and throws paper, and then like you see from their point of view like she's dead, and like they're just seeing paper flying around and the table being moved, so they make contact with the dead. And it was just such a cool twist, and I love the fact that, like I said, it's been done before. 2 years ago it was done fantastically in The Sixth Sense, but in this one I loved it just as much, and that's a hard thing to say with a twist like that, because that twist I feel like should be a one and done thing in terms of like horror, because like The Sixth Sense did it perfectly. In this one, it was just as great, honestly. Like, because whenever you realize that they're dead the whole time, it's like, wow, okay, that makes total sense. They're being haunted by something, but it's just them, and they're looking at what's there in the house. Like people are there trying to communicate with the dead, so like that's who like shuts the doors and stuff. Like, I love how that connects to the beginning of the movie. And I love the fact that the people helping Grace out are dead too, and they're the ones that are helping them like realize that they're gone. And I loved how like towards the very last scene, like I loved the fact that they talk about this Victor character that the little kid character, the girl character, has been scared of. Like, the Victor character is haunting her. And then you realize that it's just the Victor kid is alive, and they're haunting Victor. But I love the fact that they do a complete mirror reversal of, like, the haunting. Like, it's them haunting them, but they think they're being haunted by the people that are alive. I love that. And I love the fact that halfway through the movie, like the first half is fantastic too, because it reminded me of The Haunting, like the 1963 movie The Haunting, where you don't see anything. And even whenever you don't truly see anything in this movie because they're dead, they're the ghost. But like, I love that they did a thing like The Haunting where like, there's not anything you see, it's just there's something there, a presence, and I love that. And even though this is different than The Haunting because they're dead the whole time, it's interesting how they did a similar thing like that and made it just as good. Just not seeing the ghosts, like just hearing doors shut. And like I said, whenever it gets to the twist at the end, whenever you realize that it's just been the people there, like trying to communicate with the dead, it just worked incredibly well. And I just love that twist. That was such an incredible like mirror twist. Like, I just did not expect that. I was like, oh my god, like that just was incredible. And like I said, that scene at the end, whenever the actual people leave, like while Grace and the kids are there just dead, they're just in the house, like, and she says like nobody's gonna take her house, and then you see the family start to leave, and then the dad's like, come on Victor, let's go. So it does the thing where it's like, that's who Victor was, and they leave. And I love the fact that it's just going to be that Grace and the kids are just haunting the place because it's their home, and they're dead inside, but it's still their home. So I love that ending. I love this movie. Like, it was so good. Nicole Kidman was just one of her best roles that I've seen her in so far. Like, I love her in almost everything she does. Like, she's awesome. But this was truly incredible. Like, I loved her performance in this. Loved the story. Loved how it completely turned its head on you, but in a way where it was like The Sixth Sense, but it also wasn't, because the only thing you could say the same thing is that they're both dead the whole time. But this one did a complete mirror reversal of like about them being haunted by something that's a human, that's alive, and then they're the ones that are dead. I love that. So I really love this movie, and I'm so glad I finally got to saw it, because damn, this was just so good. It blew me away, and I really am, man, a shame that I haven't seen this before. So I really love this movie. This was an awesome first watch.